Hey, this is fun. I never get to play the bad guy. Oh!
See King Kong battle the Kong of Steel. Challenge a copter squadron. Defy an army of tanks. Fight primordial monsters. An all-new adventure. King Kong Escapes. Thrilling in Technicolor.
If it walks like a duck and it talks like a maybe it's a
German sips with a grin so wide. Pogs on the table can't hide his pride. Creator in the corner starts to glare. Madness sparks and hate fills the air. Stack 'em high, a tower of luck. Germans winning, it feels like pluck. Alice Matt's fury, a brewing storm. Visions of pogs in every form. Pogs are spinning, tables turning. Alice Matt's eyes with fierce fire burning. Germans' laughter echoes loud in a world that's pog-bound proud. Matt sees and he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. And he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Alas, mud fumes can't take no more. Pogs and slammers hit the floor. It's not about the game you see. It's about what fun could be. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann.
You guys want to go get some D-E-S-S-E-R-T?
Yeah, dude, I need me a T-R-E-A-T.
What you guys talking about?
Yeah, why did you guys just spell the
No, shut up! Don't say it!
Why?
Oh god, how do we tell you this?
Simon can't spell.
What? He can't spell, so when we talk about something he wants, we spell it out loud so he doesn't get too excited.
He's a grown man. He can't handle hearing the word treat?
Treat?
No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
Oh.
Okay, what is happening?
We told you he gets excited when he hears the word T-R-E-A-T.
What you talking about? Taxes.
Oh, shucks.
What, so you guys just treat him like a toddler?
Treat?
No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
Oh.
Dude, you gotta spell if you're talking about F-O-O-D.
Okay, so are we getting an S-N-A-C-K?
Snack? Oh, come on,
Oh,
man.
dude, really?
Oh, come on, I spelled it.
Well, he knows how to spell snack.
So he can spell snack, but he can't spell treat?
Treat?
No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
Treat?
No treat.
God damn it!
Okay, he's getting fussy. It's time for an N-A-P.
Yeah.
What does N-A-P spell?
Party.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
What? How can you say this? You got some nerve, sitting there shameless. I bled for this order, killed for your peace. You hailed my strength, but treat me like a freak. This is outrageous. You treat my power like it's dangerous. I saved your lives, now I'm seen as traitorous. It's unfair. I'm the chosen one, ain't no council pet. You gave me Jedi status, but still show disrespect. Fuck that, I'll burn this temple to ash. I'm done with your crap, I'll teach some younglings their last class.
Take a motherfucking seat, young skywanker. Yo, entitlement thicker than a hut getting fatter. Ego inflated like a pirate's bladder. A saber with anger don't make you matter. I hold more power than a Death Star reactor. A mate's fucking win, do no hair, just swagger. You pose like a Jedi, but your presence is weak. I step in the room and the force gets on its knees. You sit in a chair just cause I let you breathe. My purple saber so big it don't fit in the sheath. Boy, you're still a slave. Health's got the leash, while I'm the reason Yoda meditates in fucking peace. Take it away, Obi-Dog.
It's over, Anakin. I am high.
Feeling like a force ghost on a permanent trip in the sky. Hey, go but green in the pipe. Yo, this kush got me deep fried. Had a vision, Qui-Gon said your boy picked the dark side.
What about the droid to tackle the Wookiees?
Padme hit me up on a late night shift. Sliding smoother than a Jedi mind trick. I felt a great disturbance in my pants. Your girl felt it too. She called me master. I made her wet dreams come true. Before I left, she said, tell Anakin this.
May divorce be with you.
Yes, yes.
You stole my heart, you intercepted it. Now you're gone, have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
Did you really think I wasn't going to play that song, the Taylor Swift intro? No, I'm always going to play it. But I do need better intros for the horror streams. I'm actually working on some. If you didn't see what I uploaded today on my YouTube Shorts, I uploaded a video of me drawing the Blacula art, which I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to do more of that, and I'll explain exactly my plan for that in a bit. But let me just say hi to the chat first on this very peaceful Monday morning. Let's see here. We got Vinzingers. What's up, amigos? I managed to finish Blacula today. Very enjoyable, but I accidentally watched Scream Blacula Scream. That's another good one, too. And I may do a video on that. I'm not sure yet, but that one's a good one, too. Old Dirty says, why does that monkey remind me? Wait, what monkey? You racist? Yeah, color people can't be sentient beings, right? Old Dirty, right? See, this is why this guy right here, who's in the band zone, Tomothy, I'm going to call him Tomothy for now. Blacula did the bracket. Oh, you are so edgy, huh, Tomothy? So edgy. Like this person right here. By the way, her new name now is Colors Carlson. Not Carlson, Carson. Colors Carson. This is Colors Carson now. and then she is violently throwing tables like she always does. Be like my guy James Hurley, all peaceful and stuff. It's Blacula. I'll accept that. Sure, sure. Why not? A terrible clip. Oh, you're so mad, Montrose. You're so mad, but I'm happy. I'm very happy. You cannot diminish my light today. Absolutely not. Let's see. Let me show you guys quickly. Let me see if not quickly, but let me pull it up right here. You saw the video that I uploaded, my short. Well, here it is, the actual drawing of my drawing of Blacula, the legendary William Marshall. And I've been thinking about this because I kind of want to, like, the indie comic outlier stream on Thursdays get more viewers than the Monster Moratorium streams do. So I'm thinking, like, let me find out how to integrate the two. So how do I do that? Carson, Colors Carson. That's your new name. And I'm trying to give a dissertation. Don't interrupt me. What I was saying was, I been thinking about like integrating the two streams by adding more artistic elements to the Monster Moratorium. So I'm thinking maybe for the movies I do for that particular stream, do a drawing of the monster from that stream, and then maybe at the end of the month do some kind of like auction or something. I'm mulling it out, but I'm thinking about that. So that's my plan. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. I appreciate the accolades coming from you. That means a lot, even though you're in the ban zone. But still, I can break the rules here because I can do that. I'm allowed to. More. I said artistic, Montrose. Artistic. You heard what I said. I was very eloquent in how I said it. Don't be gaslighting me. You heard what I said. I think I said it pretty clearly. Any movie with Jared Leto is a hard movie he can't act. Well, Jared Leto's not in this movie, thankfully, so there's no Jared Leto, just William Marshall, the legendary William Marshall, who played for those 80s kids. He was the king of cartoons in the Pee-wee's Playhouse TV series. Well, he started off as the lead character in the film Blacula. He plays Prince Mamuwalde, who, in trying to abolish the slave trade, meets up with Count Dracula, who says, "No, sir, not abolishing it." Then he finds out that that's the legendary Count Dracula the vampire. Mamuwalde gets bitten and is cursed to resurrect as Blacula. And he, of course, loses his wife in the process as well. So he wakes up in modern day 1972. Modern day 1972. Moonstar says, well read. Moonstone. I said monster. My New York accent not that heavy. I said monster. I don't think it's heavy. Anyway, so he wakes up in the modern day 1972, and he starts claiming victims left and right, and he sees this girl named Tina who looks exactly like his wife, Luva. So the movie's not really clear if Tina is Luva reincarnated or she just happens to look like Luva, and she gets hypnotized or charmed by his demeanor. So Tina ends up becoming taken in by Mamuwalde, and little by little, as the murders start rounding up, you have this doctor who is trying to uncover the who the murderer is. He noticed that all the victims have the punctures in their legs, so he knows it's a vampire, but he can't prove it because he sounds dumb trying to prove it. So, by the way, the doctor is played by Thomas Rasulala, right? Is that his name? I think. Let me see. Make sure I got it correctly. Yes, Thomas Rasulala, who actually wasn't he appeared in Star Trek. Which Star Trek did he appear in? Let me see. I see a picture of him in the outfit. Hopefully, it's not New Trek. Oh, he was in the Next Generation. He was Captain Donald Varley. Okay, I didn't watch the entirety of the Generation. I was more of a Deep Space Nine and Deep Space Nine person, and I watched some Voyager and Enterprise, but I haven't seen like the full Next Generation series. So, but for those that have, he played Captain Donald Varley. So he plays Dr. Gordon in Blacula, Gordon Thomas, and he's the one that's trying to uncover the murders. So he enlists the assistance of a detective to try to prove that this was a vampire doing all this. And I'm trying to review a movie, Guy. I'm trying to review a movie. Don't think you're gonna derail me. I'm focused right now. I'm very focused. You can't derail me. As I sit here reviewing Blacula, by the way, this is my my Blu-ray. I think this is Arrow Video, right? Yeah, Arrow Video released this. Now the Blu-ray itself is kind of bare bone. It's just a movie and a trailer, but of course, I would have liked for some more stuff in that, maybe a documentary or some kind of video on William Marshall himself and his career. I would have liked to learn more about William Marshall. But the movie, it's a pristine print, and what can I say? It's just good to have it on Blu-ray. So definitely recommend it. It's for me personally one of my top 5 favorite vampire films of all time. I put it up there with Lost Boys, Fright Night. What else? I would put up there with what's another vampire movie? Oh, Nosferatu. So yeah, this is in good company. As far as I'm concerned, it's in good company with some other more established vampire films. Now, this was marketed as a black exploitation movie. So when you see the first few minutes, you kind of get the hint that they were just trying to make it to cash, to make some quick cash. So there was no real like artistic how can I put it? You could tell they were just, hey, put the camera on to start shooting it. In some scenes, the sound is definitely off keister, like it doesn't sound professional. So they said, hey, we're just gonna make this movie. If it makes a few $1 million, we're good. We don't need to make 100 million, whatever. But it actually, I think, was one among the top 5 grossing films of 1972. So it made a huge profit for AIP, American International Pictures, which distributed a lot of international movies to the States, and I guess that's their own distribution of local movies as well. This is Primothy. He says, why does Alaska look okay? If you're gonna mock me, type correctly. Now I gotta correct your freaking typo, Primothy. So he says, why does Elasmat look like, the word is like, but he forgot to put it in there, so I gotta correct him. Why does Elasmat look like his beard has become grayer? You aren't gonna dye it, are you? Now, why would I do that? Why would I be a weird or sodomite and dye my beard black? Why can't I just accept that I'm gray? Maybe because I'm embracing the fact that I'm an adult, maybe? I know there's some man children in the space that dye their beard black and look freaking weird as hell, but I just like to embrace my gray. Gray is a sign of wisdom, so you can imagine why some morons will dye their hair black, dye their beard black. But it's okay, we like to laugh at them. Do you buy a Blu-ray of every movie you watch? No, just the ones that I like. So, like, I had Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's a DVD set, but it's pretty good. So I have the DVD set of that. Some of the movies that I watch, I don't have the Blu-ray of, but this one I had to get it because it's, it's one of those movies you have to have with the DVD cover and everything. It's just, you just have to have it. So again, I mentioned that this Blu-ray just has the movie and the trailer. No special features. But that's a minor gripe. Although for the price of it, you would hope that it had more. I paid $25 for this. This is like $25 DVD from Arrow, not DVD, Blu-ray from Arrow Video. You would have thought it could have had a little more special features on it for the price. But listen, I ain't mad at it because this was hard to find up until recently. So, I mean, you could find it online. Like, it's not a movie that you can't not find online. But I prefer to have a pristine studio produced disc of it, and I'm glad they did it because I like to look at the cover, the film. Although this is not the original film poster. This is one of the promos for it, but the original one was the DVD of the thumbnail that I used for the stream with him holding the steak. Yeah, otherwise, the makeup on it to me is pretty iconic. This is about as iconic as Nosferatu's vampire makeup. And again, you could tell from the first few minutes they didn't intend on this thing being profitable, but they made bank on it. So naturally, as Vin Zinger said earlier, they did a sequel, Blacula Scream. I'll talk about that in slightly detail because I may or may not review that separately. But as far as like a legit horror movie, there's a couple of scenes that are very spooky. Like there's one scene with one of the female victims comes back as a vampire. She charges towards the camera. Very well shot, very spooky. Like you can see that in the night, and it'll just spook you up. The makeup on William Marshall as Mama Walde was also pretty well frightening, I think. So there's a couple of shots of vampires that are spooky, and some that are kind of cheesy. That's like laughable, but overall, it adds to the charm of it, like the B movie charm of the 70s. And I mentioned again, black exploitation. So a lot of the main characters are black, but this isn't like modern day movies where like they make the main characters black, and it's all like black man good, white man bad kind of crap. It's none of that woke shit. It's just they're just cashing in on the fact that it's black exploitation. So they were trying to bring that crowd in, but you watch this movie and it's like you don't really even look at the skin color. You just appreciate the characters and trying to fight. And Mama Walde is actually very, very sympathetic. And I think a lot of it's because William Marshall is a tremendous actor. Like very few actors bring grace to their role. William Marshall does a great job of it. Like he puts a very subtle passion into the character, and it elevates this movie like more than it should, but it adds a lot. So William Marshall, the makeup effects, those are the two positives of this movie that really elevated above just a mere blaxploitation movie. Tim Olsen says deleted scenes include Dracula digging through some ditches, then burning some through witches, and at the end slamming in the back of a Dracula. You know, Timothy, I try to be patient with you, but this is why I put you in the band zone. Try to be witty, a little bit, a tiny bit witty. Can you just try that? Just a little bit. Oh, we got a $5 super chat from Michael Diache. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat. I appreciate it. He says, keep the weird camera angle, but flip it upside down. At this point, it can't hurt. At least you paid me. So I'll forgive you because you paid me for it. But otherwise, I would have just been, that's hurtful and racist, and I can't allow that. Lady Shadowman says, hey, I would have hailed you, but you didn't even invite me to watch the movie with you. I invited you a couple times. You said no. Otherwise, I did. I made it. On movie night, I said, hey, want to watch Blacula? You said no. You said no Blacula. So I can watch it again. Because I've seen it many times. The last few weeks, I said, "Hey, babe, let's watch Blacula." He said, "No, I don't want to see Blacula." Exactly. So what? So I had to do a stream for the. I had to stream for the movie, and I had to watch the movie, and I'm trying to make a move. I'm straight for the YouTube. I'm trying to be an influencer. Oh, wait, you're watching. So anyway, so we try to watch Blacula because we're gonna watch it again soon. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, go ahead and laugh, Primothy. Go ahead and laugh. Because you know I'm right. You know I'm right. Every time. He's still in the band zone. No, he's not. Yes, he is. He's in the band zone, and we're gonna watch Blacula again. We also have to watch the sequel too. Scream, Blacula, Scream. We have to watch the sequel. Anyway, so this has been great so far. Vindica says, I can agree on that. The only blaxploitation films I watched are Blacula, Scream, Blackenstein, and Abar the Black Superman. I didn't know about that one. Abar the Black. I've heard the other ones, but not Abar. Is that a real movie? Huh. You know, in my little research on black exploitation horror films, what piqued my interest was Abby from 1974, which was called what is a black exploitation ripoff of The Exorcist. It was such a ripoff that Warner Brothers sued the producers for Abby, and they successfully managed to prevent any further showings of the movie. They confiscated all the prints, so any prints that exist of Abby are 16mm prints, and that's what you find online or at any disc or any company that releases the movie on DVD. But that's a whole conversation for another day. But this movie, Blacula did encourage a slew of black exploitation, and the lie that was pushed out years ago about what was it when Jordan Peele was the thing, or is still the thing, I guess. And they're talking about like black horror films being some new thing. No, black horror films have existed since the 70s with Blacula, Blackenstein, and Scream, Blacula, Scream. And then the 80s with Trauma's Death by Temptation. And then that led to Tales from the Hood. And then Bones with Snoop Dogg. So black exploitation horror films has been around for a long time before Jordan Peele's forced ascension to the top. My favorite blaxploitation film is Creature of the Black Lagoon. Oh, I get it, Henry. I'll allow it. I get it. Okay, fine. Yeah, that was witty. I'll give you that. That was witty. I will give you that. At least you made the movie that was actually very good. So I'll give you that. I'm charitable like that. Andrew Curry, hello, Elasma and hello, Angelo. Where's Helmet? I gave him the link, but I don't know. I won't say it because then we'll get into it. He's probably mad because he lied to me in the last stream, and I'll allow him to say his piece live, but I won't say anything now because he's not here to defend himself. But still, no, you are recognized, Timothy. You're recognized in the band zone. That's where you stay, in the band zone. Michael Diache says there's some very old black and white films with an all-black cast. Oh, I'm sure of it. Yeah, yeah. There's a whole slew of black films from the 30s and the 40s. People don't talk about it, but there's a slew of them. That it was their own industry. The characters were all doctors and other professionals. It was serious dramas, aspiration for black audiences, no exploitation at all. Yeah, I mean, they say black exploitation, but the black characters in this movie they play a prominent role. So, they again, you don't watch this movie and say to yourself, "Oh, this is a virtue signaling," or they're trying to score a point. No, they're actual characters played by good actors, and you see it that way, and it's like it makes it enjoyable. It's not forced like it is today. Vince Zinger says, "Yes, yep, it is real movie, and I have seen Abar the Black Superman on YouTube. Oh, we got to seek it out. Abar the Black Superman. Maybe we'll talk about it in the Comic Outliers." Jordan Peele show just stuck with comedy. Yeah, I've only seen 2 of his movies. I have not been impressed. I know they're trying to push it as like this genius filmmaker, but one of the movies that I saw, I forgot the name of it, but it had a family led by a single mother, and I think it was called The Others. Oh, no, that's Nicole Kidman. I'm sorry, that's the other movie. No, this is and she was like dealing with some like an alternate version of her and her family, and the ending was just kind of crappy, whatever. So I was like, yeah, good ideas, but he's not good at executing them. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he has some good ideas, but his execution sucks. But people are pushing him as this great thing. Like he's mid at best. He's mid at best. Maybe he could do screenplays and give the films over to a more competent director. That's what I would do if I was a producer overlooking at Jordan Peele stuff. I am not patronizing Henry because I appreciate you. You're a valuable member of this community. I am nothing without your presence. You bring me prestige. You bring me professionalism. You bring me an honor that very few can bring me, that many more lack. So I am not patronizing you. You are definitely welcome here. Fascist Kirk. I was catching up my YouTube feed. I was catching up on my YouTube feed. I did not know you was live. 20 minutes late, FML. By the way, Fascist Kirk, welcome. Thanks for having me on stream. By the way, I won't ban you here. I know that last week with TJ stream and he had you banned. I had no control over that, but you're safe here. So, welcome here to the stream. Andrew Curry is my favorite Xbox, my fave. Slow down. Let me take a sip of water so I can slow it down. Thank you to Lee. Shout out Ban for bringing me the bottle of water. She's a peach. Okay. She says, Andrew Curry, my favorite black exploitation film was Camel Moon's XD. I don't get it. No, you're not part of Tommy. There has to be a council to address that. And the council has not been convened. So until that's convened, you're still in the ban zone, and your name is Tommy until further notice. Tommy. Yes. I'm important. I'm influential. I have decrees. I can say things, and I'm very important in those matters. I really am. This is Guy talking about Get Out. Okay, that's a movie I have not seen. A lot of people praised it. I know Mahler was one of those that praised it until he saw someone's review of it, and you realized, oh, it's a fun movie, but the story is terribly written and terribly directed. Guy says, I liked how Get Out was calling out upper class liberals, but every other thing he does is same subject basically. Yeah, it's like it's as I'm saying, they're pushing him because he's delivering the message, and he's disguising it as a horror thing, whatever. So. The 1 or 2 films I've seen of his, I was not impressed by it. Yeah, they're absolutely mid on his execution. So I agree with that. Let's see. Oh, that's the laughing emoji. I know, but you stumped me at Camel Moon. I was like, wait, I there's a joke somewhere, and it flew over my head. So forgive me because I don't know what the joke was. So I am just, but anyway, for those that just tuned in, I'm seeing new people that tuned in. So if you tuned in. If you didn't see my YouTube short that I uploaded today for tonight's movie, Blacula, I did the video short of me drawing this picture of Blacula, William Marshall's Blacula. And my idea was do a drawing each week of the monster movies that I'm reviewing, and then maybe at the end of the month, hold an auction and see if y'all are interested in actually buying these drawings. If I do an auction. And I may even do extra incentives for the pieces that get higher bids. So I'm thinking about it. I don't want to just receive money. I want to give something in return for money. So, like, if you guys are okay with, if you think that's a good idea and you'll participate, let me know in the chat. I'll do like a drawing each week, and at the end of the month, I will do an auction for the drawings, and we'll make that an incentive. So, let's see. Let's just check the chat. I'm skipping a few. Let's see. Yeah, Get Out was praised like it was the great thing ever to put on. They praise it because they forget that there's already been decades of black horror films that existed. I already caught on that when they were talking about. I was like, no, there was black horror films before. Again, Death by Temptation, Tales from the Hood, Bones actually. So black horror films have existed before Jordan Peele. And it just goes to show the race politics and how they really are dividing us. The establishment's really dividing us with race politics. So, because many of us growing up in the 80s, like there was a whole slew of like black actors, black characters, black films, and none of us were like, oh, these guys are black. We're like, oh, this is pretty cool, or this is pretty bad. Case in point, Carl Weathers was right there with all the great action stars like Dolph Lundgren, Arnold Schwarzenegger. When he did, Predator, Action Jackson, he was in the Rocky movies. None of us were like, oh, he's just a black guy that's pushing out there. No, we were like, oh, he's belonged to the greats. So we didn't grow up with being all color focused. That's the thing that happened later on, right during the beginning of the Obama administration, where they were pushing the race stuff, and we all saw it unfold. So that's why I can judge a movie like this on its merits, because on its merits, Blacula is a pretty good vampire movie. It just happens to have black actors, black characters, but it's to the film's merit because it's just telling a story. And William Marshall is an excellent actor, and his charm in this movie really elevates it above just exploitation. That's why, again, this is one of the reasons why I think Blacula, for me, is in the top 5 vampire films of all time. Let's see. Did I catch up in the chat? Wow, I actually caught up in the chat. That's interesting. I caught up in the chat. Osgray says Carl Weathers was a unit. Zero's buff heroes were great. Carl Weathers was a beast. Absolutely. I very enjoyable as an actor. Like you could see him in a movie and you kind of get pulled in because he's one of those guys that was just charismatic and was a presence in the 80s. So oh yes, I forgot about this. You're right, Henry. I forgot about this. The main character of the greatest zombie film of all time. Well, I mean, I think it's debatable, but that's fine. It's safe. But Night of the Living Dead, the main character was a black guy, and that film was a reflection of the civil rights movement at the time. But it was done in a way that's like, oh, it subverts your attachment. It's like, oh wow, it does open your eyes on that. And that is a topical theme done well. And yes, Dawn of the Dead, the main hero was a black guy. Of course, so again, like you can see how like them pushing modern day establishment pushing the race stuff is just like it's disgusting because we didn't need that. It's already been there and it's been done well and it's done organically. So yeah, that's another good one. Carl Weathers was a badass actor. We didn't really think about his race. Exactly. We didn't look at him and say, oh, that's a black guy in a pantheon of white. No, it's like he was one of the guys. We just naturally looked at him as one of the guys, Same thing with Mr. T. Like Mr. T was just, I mean, there was no kid in any race that didn't think Mr. T was cool. I thought Mr. T was cool. Like in Rocky 3, his short stint in the WWF, like that's how it was in the 80s. In the 80s, a lot of us were colorblind. If you were cool, you were cool. White, black, whatever. So Carl Weathers was Merc from Mandalorian. So was Gina Carano. if you know, you know. So the chat had to say bless you to Lady Shadowman. Look, I heard her sneeze, but I was trying to finish my thought, and plus she hurt my feelings because I wanted to see Blacula with her, but she said no many times. She told me no, and that was a
Every time.
Put that down. Put that down. No, listen. Put that down. Put that down.
I even told you.
We're friends here. We're friends.
I told you hours
Put
before
that down.
you started watching that movie that I was in the mood
to watch a movie.
Put that down. I'm a friend.
And then I'm cleaning
I'm a
all
friend.
freaking day, and then you just sit your ass on the couch and start watching a movie
I'm a
without
f-
me.
I-
You didn't even ask me.
I
if
asked
would
you.
watch it with you.
I asked you multiple
You know how
times.
you have to be in a mood to watch a certain movie?
please
so
put-
the other times you asked me, I
please
was not in the
put-
mood to
put-
watch that movie.
Put that down and we'll talk.
Do you understand me?
Please, but
Do you? I am making your dinner. Stop it.
that is true.
You be nice.
You are,
be nice.
you are
Say you're
making my
sorry.
dinner.
Say you're
Yes.
sorry. Say you're sorry.
I just want to
Say
live.
sorry.
I just want to be important. Can we
He
talk?
won't even apologize.
Can we
guys.
just
He
talk?
won't even apologize.
Can we just talk about this later? I just want to. Oh shit, I'm live. Anyway, oh, there you go. There you go. I sent you the link. You want to come on or not? Oh yeah, Blacula fatigue. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess the link is unimportant for you, right? Mood of hell, right? Because you're too busy doing whatever. So fine. 70s Dawn of the Dead is a splatterpunk classic. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. It was not intentionally done that way. Night of the Living Dead. No, it wasn't intentional, but at the end of the day, like a lot of historians who view that movie in the historical context see the similarities and the parallels. So if George Romero didn't intentionally make an allegory of the civil rights movement, it was definitely subconsciously there with how the character was treated towards the end of the movie. So it gives it a lot of depth, that movie, in my opinion. Vinzinger says, I do enjoy William Marshall's performance as Blacula in the movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. He's a great actor. He's a very good actor. You know, a lot of people would have probably played the role at cheesy and tongue in cheek, whatever, but he gave it a certain charm and innocence that really elevates the character and the movie up. He's one of the few that really can elevate a movie. I'm impressed by his presence. That's why he's the king of cartoons. Mr. T was cool. Yeah, he was definitely cool. Who in the 80s didn't like Mr. T? So yeah. Chubbs from Happy Gilmore and Creed from Rocky. What a chat. Yes, that I forgot about those roles because I kind of want to remember him as Action Jackson or in Predator or Rocky as Apollo Creed. But yeah, he had a career in those roles later on. So racism didn't return until TJ. Yes. Shout out to TJ, by the way. So let's see. I'm skipping a few chats. I'm trying to catch the best ones. Now I appreciate the camera angle. It had the last that shameful. No, it doesn't, Diache. I'm a legend. I'm a legend here. I have prestige. Okay, I'm a gentleman with a lot of prestige, respect, and influence. Ask my friends Tom McFarlane and Frank Miller. They'll tell you I'm prestigious. I am. It's true. The link is a suggestion. I'm not your Pokemon. Listen to me. You've been here before, so now you're being selective. You're being very selective. I'm not your puppet or your yo-yo, mood of hell. I have feelings. I expect consistency from you. I want commitment and consistency from you. I don't think that's a lot to ask for. I have plenty of clout, Oz Grace. Plenty of clout. Look at this. I have a what do you call it? An enterprise. I have an enterprise, okay? And I'm talking about this movie with the great legendary William Marshall. So I have a lot of clout. And if you don't believe me, I'll go ask Frank Miller, and he'll tell you that I have clout. Okay? As a matter of fact, I'll call him after the stream, and then I'll let you know what he says to me, and then you'll have definitive proof that I have clout. This is how I deal with my critics and detractors, by presenting the receipts, and you're going to see it. That when I come back and tell you that Frank Miller says I have clout, you're going to realize, hey, Elijah has clout. There's the proof right there. So why do I have to prove anything to you people? I don't have to prove nothing to you. I'm just me, and I have prestige. I'm prestigious. Look it up in the dictionary. The nigga says, I'm aware of that. I remember reading something about William Marshall made suggestions like making Blacula an African prince named Mama Walde that went from charming prince to a charming vampire. Yeah, actually, the whole thing with Dracula was added later on. But yeah, he made some good suggestions for it. So, thank you, my love. Yes, I got to serve my dinner. So, please. Just talk about it. I want to be respectful. I just want to be
They're never going to respect you if you don't see your
I just want to look like I'm.
They like me better.
No, please, not me.
This is why they like
please,
me better.
I just. Oh shit, I'm live. Anyway, so Henry Helmet says a cloud of gnats swimming around him. I don't know what that means in Mood of Hell. I don't know what that means. Okay, so are Todd and Frank in the room with you right now? Can anyone? I just want to stream. I just want to stream. Anyway, No, they're doing their thing. See, I'm doing my thing here, and they're doing their thing over there. So we don't babysit each other. We have an agreement. Okay, we have an agreement, and we have an understanding. Okay. By the way, I'm gonna mukbang this in for a couple minutes. So here we go. We have an understanding. Yeah, yeah, but live. So when there's crosses, then we are in agreement, and that's how this works. Hawks are generally spatials. I don't know what that means, Timothy, but I think you're racist for that. And when I find out what that really means, I'm really gonna call you racist because that's just you got to be called out for that. Domestic abuse is a two-way street. Stop D-word hate. Listen, you get it. You get me, Kirk. You get me, and that's what's beautiful. You understand and you get me. I appreciate that. Because I'm aware to make I'm aware it made sense for Dracula being the one that turned Mama Walden into Blacula. Yeah, I mean, you have the Dracula name, and what's funny, if you watch the movie, is that Mama Walden never refers to himself as Blacula. The only time you hear Blacula's name is in the beginning when Dracula names him and calls him Blacula. So yeah, so and Mama Walden never refers to himself as Blacula. Not until a sequel, Scream Blacula Scream, when he finally realizes he'll never return to what he once was, so he accepts himself as Blacula, as the monster of the night. No, you don't. Violence, Guy, is not requested here. That's not an option here. Love is an option. Violence is not. But that's why you're in the band zone, because you're violent, along with your person, Colors Carson. But no, we love here. We're not violent here. We're not violent here. Michael Dodger says the biggest exploitation film wasn't horror. It was Ken Norton struggling through Mandingo. They ain't making that one today. No, they politics gets in the way of certain ideas because it doesn't fit the message. Right? Doesn't fit the message. Station break. Right. No. Where is it? Here. Oh, wow, because we have a guest in the back. Well, about time, and just for that, you get this intro.
You know what they say, nobody gives a hummer like a gummer.
You left me alone with the pitchforks.
What am I supposed to do? I'm sitting on the other side of the planet.
You're supposed to click the link when I send it to you. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but you're talking about black people. How interesting is that?
Well, look, in the 70s, they were interesting. Okay, I can't speak for it now, but in the 70s, they were very interesting.
I have certain kinds of fatigue.
Most of us do, yeah.
What are you eating tonight?
2 beef patties and a salad made especially by a Lady Shadow Man. So,
what's patties?
What is it? It's kale and cranberry salad.
Are you eating a vegan menu?
How is it vegan if the beef patties have meat? I said beef patty, beef. I said beef. That was the first thing that came out of my mouth was beef. Beef patties.
Oh, so
Now,
you're
French
eating
beef.
the Beyond Meat stuff from Nestle.
Why don't you read this chat from Vinzinga so I can shout out a couple of my meats? Please do that for me. Can you read Vinzinga's chat?
Winsinger at Michael DJ. Maybe they might make that one day as a corrupt version of it, given overly political. The political climate has gotten thanks to the left. Next one. Lady Shadowband. I'm not taking over, just defending my honor, apparently. Hit him! Hit him! Give him something with a spatula over his head. Bam, bam, bam. Henry Bemis is here. Hello, Henry Bemis. Oh, he skipped your chat. I'm sorry. Manticore is here. Our good friend Manticore.
There's
Henry Bemis. The star of the show is finally here.
Can I please? There's stream. No, I want to stream. Stop it. No, please. No, I will not be allowed. No, you will not hurt me. Stop it. No, stop it. No. We got. Oh, fuck me.
Hit him. Hit him. So, what am I supposed to do? Calling the cops because domestic violence, or should we give Lady Shadowband a pass? I think we should give her a pass. Henry Bemis, the star of the show, is finally here. Yeah, thank you, guys. Oscrate Sage, hello. Elasmat is loves hot meat in his mouth, confirmed. Ooh. Henry Beavis, probably Beyond Meat patties. Yeah, that's what I said. Are those patties made of crickets or the other insect stuff that they are selling nowadays? Tim Olsen is here. Hi, Tim Olsen, newest member of the band zone. Shout out, my German brother. Shout out to you back, my friend. What is Atta Girl? What does that mean? Manticore. I like her. I like her too. She hits a last match. That's 10 out of 10. Michael Deitches, self-defense. She's innocent. Yeah. Fascist Kirk, my good friend Fascist Kirk. Elasmat is living a real-life version of the movie Misery. Oh, you think she will break his legs? Vince Singer is here. Talk about Blacula and the other facts in history about Blacula. Oh, you are asking a guy who doesn't really like Blacula. I'm sorry. I like the monologue of Count Dracula. It was quite racist, but it was funny. Lady Shadowband, thanks, Manticore. Manticore, definitely 10 out of 10. Yeah, Lady Shadowband. Superb women. Yeah, guys. What shall we talk about? Really, Blacula? I think I won't count my opinion about that movie as the universal truth, but I wasn't that big of a Blacula fan, to be honest. I'm sorry. There are way better vampire movies out there. Carol Cloud, you don't like Blacula because he's not white. Exactly. Thank you, Carol. Shout out to Carol, the OG N-word woman. Misery was a good movie. Yeah, Lady Shadowband was a good movie. Casey Bates was brilliant. Boss Creed Sage, Sinners is anti-white slop. I heard about that and I read about that, and even in Germany, the people didn't like that movie pretty much. It flopped pretty hard here. I haven't seen it, but from what I read and what I saw, it's white people are evil vampires and poor blackies, stuff like that. And I think we had enough of those kind of movies in the last few years. What I can recommend from newer horror movies is The Substance. That's a pretty good body horror movie. Then Weapons. Weapons is pretty good. And I liked Longlegs. It's quite a controversial movie because not everybody liked it, and some even hated it. But I think the performance that Nicolas Cage gave in that movie was top notch. I remember Wickle showed us that black horror movie. I believe was called that movie. Yeah, heard about that. Carol said it. 1992 space movie. That's it. I'm not surprised that you like that movie, Carol. You are the N-word woman. Guy in his rule says you have to like Sinners. It's required. Hey, I'm German. I'm from Europe. I don't have to like that stuff. I think it's fickle for you to dislike that, but not for me. Fascist Kirk. I still haven't seen Sinners yet. If a guy in his room recommends it, I will check it out. I wouldn't recommend it, but like I said, I haven't seen it. I only read about it. Longlegs was good. Yeah, Tech Zombie. It was a very good movie. Nice suspense. Interesting story. Interesting plot. It has hit its length, but I think the performance that Nicolas Cage gave was god tier, especially for such a weird movie with such a weird premise. Guy says you are KKK if you don't love Sinners. I can't be in the KKK. The KKK is an evangelist Protestant movement. They hate Catholics. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm Roman Catholic, so can't be there. Monkey King of Zealandia, aka Blunchcast, my good friend Blunchcast, the Monkey King, is here with the bananas. It's a shame I don't like bananas, can't eat them. But for you, it's cool. Haven't watched Sinners, but seen all the others you mentioned, Helmet. Yeah, I hope you liked Longlegs and Weapons too, because I really found them to be good and interesting. Also, stories that I haven't seen that many in the past in other movies was quite innovative, if you ask me. Like Zombie says yes. Oscreech Sage says based. Guy says I haven't seen it, but I know it's amazing. It's the best movie ever. Please don't call me racist. I wouldn't call you racist, Guy. Never. You're a nice guy. Blunchcast, especially for me, the Kiwis. I like Kiwis. Angela Carey. He says Nick Cage creeped me out a lot in Longlegs. He was kind of too good. Yeah, it was a very creepy character, but the backstory was quite interesting. That made the movie. Without Nicolas Cage, it would be a crap movie. It stood and fell with the performance that Nicolas Cage gave, if you ask me. What's this Launchcast? Yeah, Longlegs was creepy and Weapons needed a bit more exposition. Yeah. I think the only problems that I had with Weapons was that the main character, the woman, was fairly unlikable. She gave off that SJW Danger Hair vibes to me. Where's Alasmas? Asks Winsinger. He's getting hit by Lady Shadowband, and rightfully so. Oh, I overskipped what Kirk said. The scariest role Nick Cage ever played was Superman in the Flesh. Still have nightmares. With Nicolas Cage, it's a 50-50 thing. The movie is good or the movie is really, really shitty. There's nothing in between. It's about time Helmut got rid of that duck weight. His show will do much better now. Oh, I doubt that, Carol. I am terrible. I'm really not a good host, and I'm quite a boomer when it comes to the technical part of streaming. Lunchcast says, yeah, there was way too much on the two teachers' relationship. Oh, the two homosexuals? Yeah, okay. but they die. So he's back. He's back, and he's muted like always. Boomer that he is. Oh, look at him. He has all those spatula marks on his head. She's pretty good, but he deserved it. Yeah, you are muted, Peanut Head. What does Tex Combi say? Nick Cage in Mandy was really good. Yeah, I like that movie. I like the movie, but I'm not a good judge of character. Oh, Kirk. You were for the longest time the most entertaining part of the Comicsgate thread on Kiwi Farms. And I stand by that, and I will die on that hill. Period. Tim Olsen says, normally you have to pay extra for that. For what? For me? No. I'm cheap.
Okay, testing 1 2 1 2.
Is he back? Is he back? No?
Okay.
Yes?
So, yeah, I had to take care of stuff. The police just left, so everything's good now. So we're at peace now. So
Your voice is very low. I can't understand you very much.
How about now? Can you understand the words that are coming out of my
No.
mouth? Does that work?
I think your microphone is a little bit shitty.
I'm looking at the blue thing on my thing, and it looks like it's pretty normal. So why are you lying to me? I have too many liars. People hurt me, harassing me, abusing me, all because I want to entertain and be liked by the community.
Does anybody understand what the creepy old man with the peanut-shaped head is saying?
You don't hear what I'm saying?
What? Your microphone is caca.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
No.
No, now I know you're gaslighting me because I can see the bars very clearly. And
I can hear you, but your voice is very low.
I don't see how it's low when I can see in the bars. It's way above the middle.
Chat, can you hear the peanut head loud and clear? Is it only me who has this problem, or is it everyone else?
Okay, let me try this one. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. How about can you hear me? You clearly can hear me now.
Very low volume.
There. I hear me from here over there.
Lady Shadowband, if you can hear me, please hit him once again. He deserves it tonight with his shitty microphone.
Don't encourage violence.
On the head.
Please, come on. I'm just trying to run the street. No, please, stop. I'm trying to overcome this.
Mehr. Auf den Kopf.
Oh, you didn't see that.
Nobody can hear you right. Not me, not the chat, nobody.
I hear it clearly. Hold on.
You should buy a new one with your EBT card.
I'm trying to hear myself. Hold on. Testing 1 2. Hold on. See, I hear myself. I hear myself very well.
Yeah, you are the only one. Congratulations.
Okay, how about now?
Better.
Okay, so now I'm better.
What changed?
I messed with something.
Your volume is still low, but it's way better than it was before.
It's still low? How about now? Is it better now?
How
about now?
So, I would say.
Better now?
Can you say duck in the microphone that we can hear?
No, I will not say that word. You're not going to get me to say that word. And I'm ignoring the chat because you want to be because everybody wants to be violence, but the people in the chat matter, and I'm ignoring them, and that's a reflection on me, and I don't want that to be a reflection on me. So let me go to a Fascist Kirk. I agree, Oswald Sage. I was calling out the show store porn 2 years before anyone ever talked about your boy Zach, but I was murked from orbit. It is what it is. Are you talking about
the Kiwi Farms Comicsgate thread?
We hear quack. Alice Matt hears. Oh, I said the Q word. Damn it! No, I'm not supposed to say that word. I'm gonna get struck from YouTube. Damn it! Sucks. Oh. Can you stop messing with the level? What messing with what? Oh wait. Can you stop messing with? I don't mess with nothing. Plungecast. I am me. I am me. I'm established. I don't mess with nothing. People mess with me, and I have to fight back, and I have to win every time. So it's not me. I'm just existing. I'm just sentient. My only crime is being sentient, but people have an issue with that. A big issue with that. So
your only crime is your internet.
Well, I think it's working better now, don't you think? Oh, wait a minute. What? See, we're having these conversations. It has nothing to do with this great movie, Blacula. And you said you have Blacula fatigue. But you mentioned, I heard the conversation when I was trying to follow the police report. You mentioned Long Legs being a good movie, and that we saw that in the drive-in. I saw that with Lady Shadowband, and very creepy movie. And there's actually a theory about Long Legs. There's a theory that movie was actually the prequel to Beetlejuice.
Okay. How's
Yeah,
that?
because Long Legs is actually Beetlejuice in the actual world before he dies, and then he becomes Beetlejuice. And I was like, oh, that's kind of fascinating. It's interesting.
I think Longlegs is kind of a cautionary tale about certain gender confused people. Like with Sleepaway Camp. If you know what I mean.
Which a movie that won't get made today, by the way. Henry Beeman says, Helmet's Mike is crystal clear, proving yet again that he's the better. Listen, I heard when I was getting my cell getting thrashed, I heard Muda Hell simply say very clearly, he's not a good host. He said it, not me. I didn't say it. He said it. He said it. I'm here trying to be, encouraging and the builder-upper. But you guys with your spears chucking them at me every time. This you don't know how to build. I build, and I'm trying to get to build him, but he's too modest. So here we are.
That's because I'm self-conscious, and also my microphone is Aryan.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's why it's working just fine.
What do you think about my Blacula drawing?
That's cool. That could have been on a movie as a movie poster, used as a movie poster.
Oh yeah, I thought that too. I was like, this could be an excellent poster for Blu-ray or something. So,
also the font that you used for Blacula reminds me a bit of Dr. Caligari.
I do this by hand. This is all by hand.
That's cool.
Yeah, everything in this drawing is all drawn by hand, including the font. So Guy has a question. He says, let me ask the chat this. Why does a helmet always sound perfect and never has any sound issues? And the D word does every single stream. Well, he just told you, Guy, but you don't listen. He said he has the mic of the Aryans. He clearly said that, but you don't listen because you want to fight without hearing the other side. That's what you do. That's what you are. That's why you're Banzo with Carson and Tomedy. So you belong.
Also, I'm paying for my internet and not with an EBT card like Alaswan does.
I've been nothing but good to you. Punch Guy says, Long Legs will be more in line with the dude from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, Buffalo Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, but Plungecast, haven't you seen Sleepaway Camp? Because that's also...
That is not Count Chocula. That is Blacula. You know it's Blacula. I made it very clear. I did I made one short video that I uploaded on my platforms. It's clearly William Marshall as Blacula. Don't be putting this out in the ether because you're full of it, Guy. You're absolutely, you think you could destroy me, but you're not going to destroy me. I'm here. I'm up here. I'm with McFarlane and Miller. You're down here. You're down there. And that's why you're mad. And you're going to put lies and slander on me. But it's not going to work because people know the truth. They know the truth and you know where I belong. So nice try, but stay banned. Stay banned 100%. Yeah, Sleepaway Camp. No, yes, that movie by the way is on YouTube. You guys want to check it out? If you haven't seen the shock ending, it's very spooky. So
I think it's difficult for Angela because the main protagonist's name is Angela too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, her name is Angela. Ubermensch Mike says Gee. I don't know what that means, but it's foul and it's unacceptable in this world. That's why you stay banned.
The only times my microphone blocks is when something Polish is on YouTube.
Bunch guys watched VHS Halloween this week. Oh, you mean the movie VHS? I haven't seen those movies yet, the VHS movies, but I heard it was good. I heard it was pretty good. I heard you mention about the movie. I heard you mention the Substance. That is another good movie. That's a very good. I bought the Blu-ray of that, and yeah, it is a very well-made movie, and it's got body horror, it's got gore, it's got practical effects, but it's also got an engaging story, and the acting is pretty solid. So it is a very superior horror film.
I was surprised that Demi Moore still looks fabulous without clothes.
Oh well. Oh. Anyway, so Osgray says I watched Kung Fury and Kung Fury 2 last night.
Hey, David Hasselhoff made the soundtrack for the first one.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I gotta look it up. I had no clue he did that. I gotta look at David Hasselhoff and Kung Fury. Let me do it right now. David Hasselhoff, Kung Fury. Hold on, because if that's the case, that's a hidden gem. We have to get into this. Yeah, look at that.
The song is called True Survivor from David Hasselhoff.
Oh, True Survivor. Yes. I didn't know he made that song for that movie. Wow. I did not know. I remember True Survivor, but I didn't know it was for Kung Fury. Yeah. Yeah, Substance was cool. It's a very solid movie. I watched the True Survivor film clip too. Yeah, wow. Shout out to David Hasselhoff. He's still a legend. Just like my man William Marshall. All legends. But you dispelled a rumor. You said that David Hasselhoff wasn't a top seller in Germany.
He was pretty famous, but because of his work on Knight Rider, and Knight Rider was a very successful series here in Germany.
Oh.
Also because of Baywatch, but even we Germans didn't watch Baywatch because David Hasselhoff was in it, but the blonde bombshells that were in it too. So
I don't know. This is why Guy's in the band zone. He says the Substance was overhyped. I didn't even hear much hype about it. Like I heard of it. I didn't know there was much hype about it. I heard the very little I heard was pretty good. It's like, okay, you like body horror, you should get Substance. I got Substance and I liked it a lot. The one knock I heard about it. The one knock I heard about it was that it was attacking patriarchal expectations, which is a little bit in there, but it fits within the story being told. So that didn't bother me as much. But yeah, I thought it was a very solid movie. Very, very well made movie.
I think it's more about what a douchebag factory Hollywood is.
Oh yeah, the fashion industry is run by very degenerate men. I mean that's not disputable. It is, and their perception of what femininity is, and a lot of it tends to lead to health issues. But that's a conversation for another day. Demi Moore still taking care of Bruce Willis. She's a good one. Oh yeah, she's that Bruce Willis, man. Like, man, that breaks my heart. What's happened to Bruce Willis. But yeah, old age hits you, it hits you, man. So in some cases it's severe, in other cases. So pray. I know he's old, but I know that's not what he's suffering from. I know. I'm just saying. Yeah. He's suffering from dementia. It's a form of dementia, right? Yeah, something wrong with his brain that's causing him to lose his memories. So it's tragic. From a lot of people who have experienced that, I've heard it's tragic. It really is. So I can only imagine what his family's going through with that. Knight Rider was my jam as a kid. This Plunge Cast. That was everybody's. I used to have the kit car when I was a kid. It was awesome. Knight Rider was definitely awesome. I have the Hulk TV movies. Those are fun to watch. Guy says, "Are you kidding? It won awards. It was pushed all over. It wasn't pushed here. Okay, it wasn't pushed here because I only heard a little bit about it. I'm sorry, Guy. If some people like the movie, I'm sorry if it bothers you so much. It really does bother you. I see that. It burns you. It really makes you mad, and you cope and see that some people may actually think a movie's actually good. Well, guess what, Guy? You're banned. Stay banned." Yes, Oscar Sage. Guy is gay. 100%. He is absolutely gay. 100%. Me and Oscar Sage are on the same page with that one. Completely on the same page with that one. Timothy says, Team Van and the General Lee. General Lee was dope. I like General Lee. Yeah. Even though today you can't put that car out there because it's got the Confederate flag on top. Like that was the culture then. What do you want me to do? That's a cool car. I don't care. I like the Confederate flag on the generally. Call me whatever you want, but cope and soothe. Yes, Tommy. Wait, Tommy. Hold on, Tommy. You don't get to say that. You don't get to say it because you're among the band. So don't violate band zone policy. You're not supposed to do that. Keep making mistakes. Tommy keeps making mistakes and digs a hole for himself. He doesn't stop. He doesn't learn. He does not Philippian learn. Mood of hell.
You have to give him some time because it's only a week since he's part of the band zone.
That's not my problem. He should have learned the rules by now. Because I keep mentioning the rules even before anybody's ever banned to the band zone. So he already knows the expectations. He already knows. Speaking of expectations, Fascist Kirk says, Bruce Willis is my favorite hero. Made the best Christmas movie ever, Die Hard. It's the last time we had a real man superhero. Yes, and by the way, Die Hard is officially a Christmas movie because the director said so. So the conversation is done with that. The fact that there are some people saying it's not a Christmas movie is dumb. The director said it was, therefore it is. It is canonically a Christmas movie, right up there with Gremlins and some other movie. But yeah, they're all Christmas movies because that's how it is. So, I had a photo of myself as a kid in the kid car here in New Zealand when they had an expo back in the 80s. Oh, nice. My dad took it. Then the guy told me where's the heart? Guy told me he wasn't allowed to take the photo because you had to pay. Well, there you go. Well, I mean, that's a thing, the celebs don't go there for free. They got to have their travel expenses paid, their boarding expenses paid, and their time's got to be compensated. So I get it, So I get it. No, not wrongful, rightful banishment. Call it what it is. It's banishment. I like the fact that Tommy's taking it hard. That actually makes me feel good that he's taking it hard. Because Guy Carlson, Carlos Carlson and Guy Montrose kind of celebrated being banned, but not Tommy. So that makes me feel good that he's really that bad about getting banned. That means that the ban zone is working. That's really putting a statement in people's souls that you don't want to be banned. If they ban you, that's not a good thing. So he's getting it, and I'm glad.
Who's banned?
Timothy. See, there's forces that work.
Work release.
Wait, who? What now?
I gave her work release last week.
She doesn't even work. She spends her time harassing the colored. How is?
Yeah, that's a full-time job.
Okay, listen. There's circumvention happening, and it's not gonna. I'm not gonna allow it.
Tim got pardoned, and Carol got work release.
Well, first of all, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Even Great Sage even confirms it. It is a fact. One. Number two, Collins is not employable. She's not employable. What the hell's going on?
Carol works for me. Leave her alone.
See what's happening right now. This is circumvention. This is a threat to our community. We're trying to keep the community united, but this is a circumvention. Big time circumvention. Matchbox put out a couple kit cars out recently. Recently? Actually, Hasbro put out a kit transformer. I saw it. I'm like, I guess if I was a kid, I would have liked it, but making everything a transformer. I get making the cars a transformer. Like they made Kit a transformer. They made the Ecto 1 a transformer, but I don't know. But
they made He-Man and Skeletor transformers in a collab.
They did, and they did a very tacky crossover. They did Godzilla crossover where they actually took Grim, right? So as I was saying,
your stupid internet is again flaking out.
So they did a Transformer Godzilla Monsterverse crossover where they had Godzilla and Megatron splice, and all it was just Grimlock, right? Painted black. And then the robot form was just Grimlock's robot alt mode with Megatron's head. So it's kind of cheap. And then Optimus Prime, I think Optimus Prime was, I believe he was Kong. But again, it was just, I think it was the Optimus Primal figure. So it was kind of cheap. It was like, interesting idea, but they took a lot of shortcuts to make that thing happen. And they probably made some money, but it was kind of cheap. So Guy says WTF. Good, I'm glad. That's the response I want from you. I'm winning, Guy. I'm winning. I really am if I'm winning. Fashion, I showed up 20 minutes late, admit it, but now I know as much about Blacula 1972 as I did when I. You should have been here earlier, Guy. Guy, Fascist Kirk. I was going into depth about the movie and the actor and its spot as a black exploitation horror film. We got into a conversation about the black themed horror films that were inspired by this movie, like Blackenstein, Abby was another one, Blacula Scream, the sequel to this movie. And we got into a conversation about black horror movies, like going to like the 80s with Death by Temptation from Trauma, 1990. There was also Tales from the Hood, and I mentioned Bones. So black themed horror films has been around for a while. And then, of course, I got into the conversation about Night of the Living Dead with a black main character.
You forgot Candyman, by the way.
What?
You forgot Candyman, by the way.
Oh yeah, Candyman. Of course, I forgot Candyman. Candyman is probably comparable to Blacula in terms of charismatic black actor, the monster portrayed in the movie, the story. Candyman, a very superior horror film. Great score by Philip Glass too. So I would say that this and Blacula are kind of comparable in that regards. So yeah, Candyman was a great horror film. The first one, I can't say much about the sequel, but the first one was pretty good. So that is the bullet points of what we talked about in the first 20 or so minutes of Fascist Kirk. So after the stream, you should go back and listen to it. We did go. I might even clip it. I might clip it and make it a short. Speaking of shorts, if you haven't already, I uploaded the short of my drawing of Blacula, and I'll talk about it on my Indie Comic Out live stream Thursday. But I want to do drawings of the monsters that we spotlight on the Monday streams, and maybe auction it off. Maybe auction it off. I'm thinking about that. Actually, I didn't even get it acknowledged from the chat. So, chat, let me ask you guys in the chat a question before more people leave. If I do these monster drawings and I auction them off every month, you guys up for it? You guys will participate? Let me give me a hell yeah in the chat if you will participate. And don't ask what the nay is. Just give me a hell yeah. Don't say nothing if you don't want to participate. Give me that grace at least. Just if you want to say hell yeah. I just want to see if there's a demand for it. If there's a request for it.
You should draw Razorback for Kissy. He would pay a good price for that.
Yeah, so if you notice, he's not here. He's the reason why I was doing these streams on Mondays because he demanded it, but he's not here because he's off somewhere being kissed on the ass. Anyway, Mimo Richard says a lot of people know Candyman and Blacula compared to the others. Yes, because they're character themed movies. That's why. So that's why they know them. And again, if you make a story that's character themed, like an IP, whatever, more people tend to know it than not. Is that really Carl Weathers? No, this is William Marshall, formerly of the King of Cartoons fame on Pee-wee's Playhouse. He's a classically trained actor.
Do you know the Negro horror movie Black Zombies from Sugar Hill?
I've heard about it. Yeah, Sugar Hill's another one. Yes, Sugar Hill's another black.
I think Pam Grier is in that movie, isn't it?
I think so. She's also in Blacula Scream, the sequel to Blacula. No, I didn't say. Okay, so let me make it. I'm not saying to bid now. I'm just saying at the end of the month, if I do hold these auctions, will you be there for it? Is there a demand for it? That's what I'm asking for. You don't got about 350 colors. I didn't ask you. You got to pay rent in the band zone. So I get you're a child of the poor, but this wasn't directed at you. The band zone members had no say here. Only those who are not band zone. No, lady, shut up. We're not bidding yet. Please don't hit me. We're not bidding. I didn't say that. We're not bidding yet. I'm just making a question. I had to scold them because we're not doing the bidding yet. And Brian Chris guys, what's up? How you doing, Brian? Welcome to the stream. Is Frankenberry next? Okay, listen to Ricky. You know full well that was Blacula that I drew. You know full well. But stay mad. Stay mad. Unlike my good friend Brian Kriska, who says Blacula is a great movie, but I think the sequel is even better. Debatable, but yeah, you know what? There's elements of the sequel that I think were superior to the first film, so I can see that. Actually, the sequel's a bit more darker, and I don't mean that in terms of the act. I mean in terms of the tone. It is a darker horror film than Blacula is. So I can see the argument about it being better. Some people say that, and I can see that argument there. Bob Kaijan might be the most underrated horror director of the 70s. A shame he didn't do more. Yeah, again, like these weren't just black exploitation movies; these were legit horror films, and I judge them as such. Yeah, I mean, Scream Black to Scream was a very well made movie, very well made sequel. It does lessen Mama Walde's characterization, so he's not as really fleshed out like he was in Blacula. If he's actually treated more like a monster in this movie, like a dark prince in this movie, than he is as a creature of the night who still maintains his former identity as a man of nobility. And actually in Scream Blacula Scream, that's where he finally accepts that he is Blacula, and that he's a creature of the night, and he's a bloodsucker and a dark lord. So there's that at least. Like there's moments where it's like you can see the closure in him, and he accepts who he is and has forsaken his former life, because he kind of clings on to it in Blacula. So you see that conflict where he clings on to what he once was as a nobleman, a prince, and tries to reclaim his wife, who he loved more than anything in this world. But in between that, he's also battling he's also succumbing to the curse of vampirism, claiming his victims and drinking their blood. In Scream Blacula Scream, that conflict is more or less gone. Now he's fully embraced that he's a creature of the dark night, of the dark. So yeah, there's that. So, but it is more of a straighter horror film than Blacula is. Excuse me. Clive Barker really did go with Candyman. Yeah, he did. Candyman was solid. Very solid movie, for sure. Lady Shadowbane says maybe KSS didn't just want to be disappointed again about the news that you have not given me a spot. He's upset because he hasn't seen. He's the only one that has seen. Oh, actually, no, he hasn't seen Razorback. Who saw Razorback? Him or you? Who the hell?
What?
Who saw Razorback? Him or you?
Me. I had to watch it, and then I said to you, the movie is shit. You don't have to watch it.
Okay, so then Kissifits is to blame for that. Then.
Yeah, and he still haven't seen that movie. I'm the only one.
Okay, so Chris Scott is offering a correction. He's saying that Pangrea was not in Sugar Hill, but she was in Scream Blacula Scream, which we mentioned earlier. So yes. Prince Mama Walde bitches, says Chris Gal. One of my dream projects is Billy Jack versus Dracula. Actually, Chris Gal, have you seen my Blacula drawing? I don't think you saw my Blacula drawing. Well, yeah, I did my Blacula drawing. Let me show it right now. And I'm thinking about auctioning this off at the end of the month, right before Halloween. So maybe have like a Halloween stream where I auction off a couple drawings of the monster of the week. But yeah, this is my my William Marshall Blacula drawing, and I might auction this one off. So we'll see. We'll see what the interest there for it is. But that is the goal.
What do you want for that parody that was drawn of you and Lady Shadowband? I would pay $20 for that.
Oh, that one. I think Lady Shadowband isn't giving that up anytime soon. He wants to auction the drawing that you showed us last week. No. Yeah, she won't give that up. So let's try, but she ain't giving it up. So
I understand that because it's hilarious.
Yes, it has sentimental value.
What about the spatula that you hit him with?
Listen, stop with the. Okay, we can't talk about. There's a gag order. We can't talk about that right now. Stop! I gotta call the police again. Stop it. Anyway, Brian Crisco says, "I love the ending of Scream because you have real sympathy for Mama Walde until he crosses that line." Yeah, by that point he's already completely crossed over. So yeah, Cajun was great at making some silly imagery deeply terrifying. Yeah, it was a Scream Back and Scream was a very darker film than Blacula was. So if there was a black exploitation giant monster movie, would they be fighting kaijus? Says Tomady. You really want me off YouTube, don't you? You want me off YouTube, don't you? I sense it. When ain't gonna happen? Anyway, Chris Scott says, unfortunately, Blackenstein is trash. Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde is okay. What have you seen Abby? What are your thoughts on Abby? I haven't seen Abby yet, but I'm curious about it. But what are your thoughts on Abby? If you saw it, Renfield was cool. I didn't like Renfield.
There was Aquafina in that movie, and I hate that woman.
I can't stand Aquafina.
She's
totally ruined that movie.
awful. She's not funny. She's a fat Asian woman.
Yeah, she ruins it for me, that movie. Because Nicolas Cage's Dracula wasn't bad, but yeah, she ruined it totally. Anyway, Marshall brought such dignity and authority to the role. Yes, I mentioned that. He had a great charm. He was a classically trained actor, and he really elevates his performance and elevates the movie as a result of that. So definitely good. Sentipentai value. Sentipentai. And then we have ha ha is in the chat. He says, "Hail chat." Well, thank you, ha for stopping by. Appreciate it. Good to have you around here.
That is our good friend, student of God, by the way.
Oh, because he typed ha 7 times, so I officially have to reference him as ha. Anyway, and ha. I forgot the extra ha. Oscar Sage says, Alice is. I'm not. Who's Alice Matt? Like what? Same topic.
He's called Ass Mad.
Gotta make a horror film with the last title. Return of the Spat. No, please stop. The gag order. The gag order's in place. Stop it. Anyway, did I say that? Oh shit, I wasn't supposed to say that. Fuck. Anyway, let's see. Scroll down more. Oh, Brian Crystal says Abby is trash. Ooh, okay. Should I not bother seeking it out? Maybe it's one of those cases of the curiosity just getting the best of me. Maybe I should not, huh? I don't know. Why they put Aquafina in movies to fill a quota? I don't know. That's probably why. Because they just do. Let's see here. I think I'm not caught up in the chat. There's still more people in the chat. Okay, I think I'm caught up. I'm caught up. So, but yeah, what more can I say about Blacula that hasn't been said already? And I briefly touched on the sequel because I don't know if I want to do a separate stream on the sequel. I would like to see the movie again. I have seen the sequel before, and I do want to see it again. It is a solid movie. That sequel is a very solid movie. Some people say it's better than Blacula. It's debatable, but I don't think you're wrong if you think that because there are elements of Blacula Scream that are more superior. I think, okay, so I think the horror elements are better in Blacula Scream, and the cinematography is better. I think in that one, it does go a little in the wrong with some artsy fartsy type of stuff a little bit with the cinematography and the acting. So there's that. So, you know, I for that reason, I when people say they find that movie better than Blacula, I'm like, okay, I can see that. You know, I can't say they're wrong. I can see that. So, the Return of Count Spatula, the ruler of okay, Tomothy, stop it. You need to stop this. I know you're coping because you're in the ban zone, but this is not going to help you get out of it. Stop. Now she may put a decree getting you out, but that has not been approved by the council yet. So we're gonna have to butt heads on that one. So you're still in the ban zone until further notice. I have law here.
Is she still listening? Is Lady Shadowband still listening?
Listen, that's beside the point, Motive Hal.
Can you hear me, Lady Shadowband?
No, she's too busy doing stuff. You can't. Don't be bothering her.
Can you use?
Oh shit! His helmet coming. Where's your internet? We lost helmet. Crap, we lost helmet. Hold on. Wait, let me see if I can work my juju. Hold on. Ooh. Yeah, he's back. Okay, welcome back.
A snow shovel for Christmas time instead of a spatula. Or maybe a pizza cutter.
Stop! Stop it! Stop it! Will you please stop? Stop!
You want the face or the nipple? Which one?
Oh, beware, Lady Shadowband. He's using his duck foo. I hope she has another spatula for the food because
You're causing this. You're causing this divide.
I'm unifying everyone against you.
No, it isn't, Henry. This is not entertaining because I'm hurt by this. I'm now legit abused now. Now I have trauma. You shouldn't be entertained by my trauma. I'm a valuable member of this community. I'm rare. So you're supposed to defend me and my presence here, because if not, it gets boring and vanilla. And we can't have that. We need the pores here. The pores give flavor to this community.
The PTSD kicking in.
So I was in the middle of talking about Scream, Blacula Scream. I may do that. No, not this next week though, because we have like 2 more weeks of October. So I want to try to get another movie in of a different type before we start doing sequels, because I still got to do the sequels for the Creature, for the Black Lagoon movies. So we'll get into that soon. So no, cause I'm not crying. I'm just alerting the community that I'm under attack and I need to be protected. I am not crying, Colors. Listen, Carson, I'm not crying, so you could lump it. Oh, look who's finally here! Look who's finally here! It's Kessler! After what, an hour and 33 minutes? Really? He says, Elizabeth, the scariest thing I've heard was your horseshit coffee can mic, you jerk. Well, no one asked you, Kessler! He added nothing to the you saw this, right? He had nothing to the conversation. We're having a good conversation about Blacula Scream, horror exploitation movies, and just delved into a lot of good topics. He contributed nothing except to bring this horseshit comment about my microphone, because it bothers you that I'm happy, doesn't it? It bothers you that I like this movie, doesn't it? It really makes you burn at the core, doesn't it? It really bothers you, doesn't it?
Just as their microphone is shit.
The Black Lagoon, kind of a theme going on this month. Oh, but because blacks? Is that why? Because blacks, Gee? Well, listen, Gee, I can't help if I organically pick these movies. It just comes to fruition. It just connects organically. It's like poetry. It rhymes. Get with the times, Gee. That's how things go. Now, Plunge Cast, was that necessary? Was any of that necessary? That was not. That was totally not necessary.
Hail Spatula campaign.
No, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. Don't speak that evil. There's no such thing. Listen, you listen to me, kiss a fist. It will happen, but now that you keep pushing it, it's gonna take a long time because you want to cause a divide. So don't you dare. Don't you dare. It's funny you think of last night covered in spatula-shaped bruises. So my pain and my trauma is funny, right, Henry? It's funny, right? Well, guess what? If I'm up to here with trauma, I can't stream. If I ain't gonna stream, guess what you got? You got nothing. You shouldn't want me traumatized. You want me here and strong, so I can stream to people and give you some information and much needed enlightenment on the arts. But keep wanting that. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. I'm a strong man. You can want trauma all you want from me. It's fine. You know what? I'm a warrior. I'm a culture warrior. So it's fine. I have scars because I'm a real soldier. So you could do that. Wait, Blacula. Who do you think you are with that silly asinine comment? How dare you? How dare you? Chrysophorus. How dare you? Do that to me. What's wrong with you, Kissy? This freaking guy. Anyway, take over for a second. Oh, wait.
Hmm? Oh, I'm all alone again. Okie dokie. Let's interact with the chat. I see a lot of movie suggestions or movie name suggestions better for an eventually movie about Lasmet's meetings with the spatula. Spatula of the Devil, says Monkey King. The Island of Dr. Spatula, says Tim Olsen. Duck Boy and the Spatula of Clue, says Lady Shadowband. Tim Olsen says Spatula Razor. Well, like Hellraiser. Old Daddy Fatty with how did the show get suddenly 100% better? I don't know if that's a fact, but my microphone is way better than his. That's for sure. Oscrate Sage says evil spatula in the army of darkness. Okay, says let's watch Zombie 2. Is that a Lucio Fulci movie? By any chance? Because if so, I have two favorite Lucio Fulci movies. Maybe you can guess them, Kissy. Return of the Living Spatula. Yeah, the Dark Boy of Spatula Hill. We should make a movie. The Human Spatula. Would be anybody interested in the chat to hear the sound that it makes when Lady Shadowbands hit Lasmet's head with a snow shovel? Or am I the only one? That's what I did. Duck Boy and the Spatula of Clue. I think I read that. Yes, Helmut says Kissy. Yeah, Kissy, wanna guess what my two favorite Lucio Fulci movies are? I think you would guess right. Blacula, what next? Puerto Rican Stein. Oh God, don't give them ideas, Kissy. We're still not out of the phase of Netflix doing stupid shit with DIY and the other stuff. Legend of the Over Spatula, says Oscrate Sage. Oh, and would be an animated movie, I guess. Season of the Spatula, says Monkey King. Last Spatula on the left. Last House on the Left. This was a Wes Craven movie, wasn't it? Bio-boosted spatula, the Sorcerer's Spatula. You have good ideas, guys. We should crowdfund a movie about the Lasmet versus the Spatula. And also, I don't know what he's doing when he goes off camera. I don't know, and I won't know. Ghost Spatula. Is that well-conquering accent, Helmut? Hoo-hoo. Thank you, Angela, that you like my accent. When I rewatch the streams usually when I'm guests on Lasmet to hear what stupid shit I talked and to feel bad about it. And I always think my voice and my accent is kind of cringe, but maybe that's only me. Spatula, Dance of the Dangerous Dishware. Woodrow, that's a good idea. But you are always very creative, might I say. Lady Shadowband said it's important. Does he take a dump or what does he do? Another Hungry Man dinner in a microwave? Or does he get hit? Are you hitting him off camera? That's not good. You should hit him on camera for all of us to see and to hear. Smith doesn't know what he's doing off camera. He says the old dirty fatty. I guess. Maybe he's playing with his Godzilla toys again and doesn't want us to see that because it's kind of cringe. Oscrate Sage says Spatula movie better have a happy ending with Duck Boy, DED, and Lady Shadowman at the spa. And then comes the plot twist. It's actually Duck Boy in the spa and Lady Shadowband DED for the second part. Return of the Peanut Head or something like that. House of the 13 Spatulas. Where it's Edward Penn at Lady Shadowband, says Angela. Lunch cast with American Spatula story. Oh, that would be interesting. We should get Edward Norton for that. Tim Olsen, Lord of the Spatulas. Only if it's cast iron. Angela Carey says Lady Shadowband. Oscrate Sage is gasping. So still no suggestions from Kissy in regards of the Lucio Fulci movies I might like. The Long Spatula, aka The Long Walk. I think that's what Alasmod is doing right now. From the toilet back to his shitty microphone and getting hit by Lady Shadowband all the time with the spatula. So, any questions regarding Blacula, the movie that I've seen maybe 10 or 15 years ago the last time because I wasn't impressed? I walk with spatula. That's Tim Olsen. I like the spa parts. Oscrate Sage. Me too. You deserve a spa day, if you ask me. But the peanut head is cheap, so. Birth of a spatula. Oh my god. Lord of Spatulas. American Spatula. So yeah, that's what I read. He's behind with the chat, like always. Spatula movie better. That's what I read with the day in the spa. Good Spatula, aka Good Boy. I heard that movie is good. I'm looking forward to watch that because it's an interesting concept to make a horror movie from the perspective of the dog. Spatula who leaped through time anime. Kizzy, you are right. City of the Living Dead and The Beyond are my two favorite Fulci movies. A lot of my friends love Voodoo, this island zombie movie where the zombie fights the shark. But I like the H.P. Lovecraft influenced The Beyond way better with those nightmare sequences and stuff like that. I also think Lucio Fulci was one of the better guys with splatter effects and believable splatter effects. And innovative splatter effects. Such a good director. Died way too soon, if you ask me. Tales from the Spatula. This is Tim Olsen. Lady Shadowband. What is your favorite 70s horror film? Oh my god. Isn't the first one from 79? From Halloween? Then that. Because I love Halloween. Zombie 2 has the shark, but I know you and Supernatural, yeah. Then Zombie 2 is named in Germany Voodoo, Schreckensinsel der Zombies, which means Hoodoo, Terror Island of the Zombies or something like that. Oscar says, I don't think Helmut is allowed to talk about Rothschild Spatula. Legally not. I'm sorry. There are things that I can't say here in Germany. Kissy says Halloween 1978. So I was 1 year late with my assumption. But then it is Halloween. I'm not that big of a fan of the OG Dawn of the Dead, by the way. It has some very boring parts, if you ask me. But still a classic. And you like what you like. If you like Dawn of the Dead, then that's totally cool. Kissy says, I'm making an Italian spaghetti horror remake of Razorback. Oh my god. Maybe you should get Dario Argento on board. I think he's still alive.
Okay, I've been watching the comments from having to take care of what I take care of, and I saw the ridiculous stuff that you people was putting in the chat about murder weapons. And how was it that the only person in the chat, the only one that had any sense, I gotta find it right now. Where is he? Where is he? Everybody was putting murder weapons in horror titles, and that's another word I had to ban. I'm gonna ban the word spatula for you people because you want to make trauma, make light about trauma and the violence and domesticness. No, that's not gonna happen here. How is it? How is it that Tessa is the only one putting actual horror titles in the chat? He's the only one doing that. The rest of you are just replacing that word in your horror titles and adding to trauma. And you allowed it, didn't you, Mood of Hell? You allowed it.
Hey, I just read the chat and interacted with them. Not my fault that you went to take a shit.
Wait, a consuming book on serial killers. Oh shit, I didn't.
Oh, you are in danger.
Mood of Hell says, Celeste says, it's the spy scene in Dawn of the Dead. Wait, was that ruined for you, or was it because the black guy lives?
No, it has some very lengthy, boring parts.
You know what? That's actually kind of true. I have to admit, like when I watch Dawn of the Dead, it's like it's a little too long for its own good. I think that's.
And I don't know if you know that, Elasmet, but Dawn of the Dead has several versions.
Oh yeah, there's an Italian version.
Yeah, the Dario Argento cut, and that's the one with the really boring, lengthy scenes that don't have anything to do with zombies. It's dragging on and on and on and on. It's very boring.
Like even the American version, like it does drag out a bit, but like you said, not as much as the Dario Argento version. Yeah. You expect sympathy from a German fool? I expect respect and courtesy from human beings. Old, dirty Patricia. I expect it. I do. Are they shut up? Are you sure you want to keep holding on that spot? Listen, okay, guys. Okay, I have to call the police. Anyway, I gotta call the stream short now, so because now it's domestic. Because you people encourage it. All I said was, hey, you want to do an art stream, an art auction with all the monsters that I draw at the end of the month? And you turned it into Law and Order. It was uncalled for. Any last words, Mood of Hell, before I end the stream?
Yeah, next time, please, a snow shovel or a pizza cutter.
What the hell?
A skateboard or a trash can?